I'm Luke Thurchak here from Channel 2 News with an exclusive interview today with the masked web-slinger himself, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, how did you discover your superhuman abilities?
It's a day I'll never forget. I was walking on the street one day, it didn't feel like I was me. And I wandered in the street not even knowing where I was. And all of a sudden a car came out of nowhere and I jumped out of the way. All of a sudden I was stuck to a building. I didn't know what was going on. I explored my options more and realized I had superhuman abilities and I wasn't the same man I was before.
Interesting.
When did you realize that you wanted to use your powers for the greater good?
One day I was walking on the street, just minding my own business, still unknowing to do with these abilities. And I saw an old woman getting mugged in the alleyway. No one would help her but me. And I did help her. And after that I felt good and I felt like I was the hero the city was going to need. And I devoted my life to that since then.
Where do you go to relieve your stress and emotions from being a superhero?
Oh, we can imagine there's a lot of stress with being superhuman, like myself. And when I get too stressed out, I swing on a couple of rooftops, just look across the city and say to myself, this is what I'm protecting. It's all worth it.
What do you think of people who think that you're a villain or a criminal?
Let them talk. I'm doing what I'm doing and I know it's right, so if they want to think I'm bad, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing until New York realizes I'm the city, the hero of the city.
Spider-Man, why do you hide your identity from the people?
Well, it's simple as that. I'm a superhero. I can't let people know who I am. I have people that I really care about. I don't want them getting hurt. My villains, my enemies, they could know and use that for their wrongdoing.
Who was your toughest villain for you, physically and mentally?
A lot of tough ones out there, but I'm going to have to say the Green Goblin. One of my most worthy adversaries, emotionally and physically. We knew a little bit about each other, and it was more than just a battle between me and him. It was a fight to stay alive.
Spider-Man, who are you really?
You know what? It's time the world knows. My name is Peter Parker. I'm a local boy just like you and me. I work for the Daily Bugle and I take pictures of myself, Spider-Man. That's who I really am.
Peter Parker. Peter, who is your true love?
My true love is a girl named Mary Jane Watson. Been in love with her since I was 13 years old, and now she's mine, finally. It's a great classic love story. Boy meets girl.
How did you cope with killing your best friend's father?
The Green Goblin. Norman Osborn, he was like a second father to me until he turned into the Green Goblin. Always there for me, and it was just terrible to see that he turned into such a monster, and I had to take his life because it was for him and for the city's sake.
Why didn't you attempt to save Uncle Ben before he was murdered?
I ask myself that question every day. What could I have done? What would I do differently? But now I know that I devote my life to saving those who need saving. And I know he's watching over me. He's my hero.
Peter, or should I say Spider-Man, what do you aspire for in the future?
The future? You know what they say, you can't change the past, but you can change the future, right? I'm just trying to do what I can to protect the city until one day it's just crime-free and I can look upon it and say, I'm done. The city doesn't need me anymore. It'll be a sad day, but it'll be a great day at the same time. That's what I really aspire for.
Thanks for your time, Peter.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Well, that's all for tonight. The man behind the mask, a man like you and me, a vigilante on the streets, fights crime. He's a great man. He's a hero. Peter Parker. Well, Peter Parker, any last words?
Sorry. I got a job to do.